In this short video, we're going to show how to use the DRTM purge process inside of Employee Central. So DRTM purge is a process inside of Employee Central that is used to eliminate all of the data related to an individual. Obviously, there are going to be cases where you might need to do this. Perhaps it's an incorrect hire, or for some other reason where you need to get rid of the data. So the prerequisite here is that the employee must be inactive, and so if it's an Employee Central person, then they must be terminated in the system. So with that out of the way, and we're going to assume that the person is already terminated. Now we're going to go through the steps involved in doing the purge itself. So there's two main steps that you're going to use. There's the master data purge itself. Then there is going to be the what's known as the hard purge that we will go through second. And then the third thing we're going to show is just something that sometimes you might need to do if there's an issue where there's an orphaned records. I've seen this enough in my projects that I want to go ahead and give you a heads up on this in case it's something that you're going to encounter. So with that said, let's go through the purge process. So the first process is going to be the master data purge. So we're going to go first to go to purge request. We're going to go to data retention management. This is where you kick the process off. So we're going to go to data retention management. And again, I'm going to, in my case, I'm going to go with someone who's already terminated. You could go look at the profile for your person just to make sure that they're terminated. In our case, I've already done that. Here, I'm going to go into manual data purge. I'm going to go to create new purge request. And I'm going to go to DRTM master data purge. And so I am going to choose my person. You can search basically by their username. In this case, it's a gentleman named Stephen Yates that we are going to be purging their record. And so I'm going to check this box and ignore data retention. So data retention is a process, a configuration that you set up, and it can be on a country by country basis so that you can kind of maintain how long you need to keep certain data elements around based on the country. But by checking this checkbox, we're bypassing all of that. And for in this system that we don't have all the DRTM set up, this makes total sense. And in your system, you may also be when you're ready to purge somebody, you may just want to fully purge them. You can check this box. It's going to give you a heads up that there may be some things that you're bypassing by doing that. But I'm going to click there to check to say ignore those things. I'm going to exclude this box or get rid of that exclusion. And now I need to put in an approver. So you have to put in an approver because you're not able to just purge something on your own. It wants a second set of eyes to look at it. So in this case, I'm going to go to Tess Walker is going to be who I'm going to get to validate this. And then I'm going to click launch immediately. Click yes. And so you can see here that purge request has been created. I'm going to go in now as Tess Walker, and we're going to approve that. So now that I'm in as Tess, I'm going to go to the purge request monitor. And I'm going to move to request pending final approval. And you will see that purge is sitting out here. You can see the user ID. If there are any problems with it, you would see it here. You would see a status. Most often the problem that you might see where the purge is just completely failed at this point is you could have an issue where the LMS access for you're in a learning integrated environment, and you in order to do a purge in a learning integrated environment, your user also has to have admin access into learning. So what would happen in the case where you don't have access to learning, what you would see is on purge progress and results, you would see it automatically. You come over here and you'd see that it failed automatically. That typically means that the LMS admin access is not there. So assuming that's not the case with you, then you would just come in here and quite simply you would just hit approve. And now we are going to go back. By the way, you will get notifications. Anyone who has access, who has the security access necessary to complete the purge, will get a notification that the purge is taking place. So it is one place in the system where more people than even are involved in the workflow will be notified. So you're going to get a heads up that this purge is taking place. I'm going to go into Purge Request Monitor here, and I'm going to go to Purge Request Results. See that it's still processing purge. And now we see that the purge was completed. What you want to do now is just view the result to just make sure that the purge actually fully completed. And you can see here, number of successful records is 98. If there had been filtered or failed records, you would click on this download complete report, and you would see it would give you whatever the error message is that you're going to need to work through. But in our case, the purge went through just fine. So that is the step one in the process, which is the DRTM purge. Now, though, we need to go through the second process, which is going to go in and do the hard purge. That process is pretty straightforward. So again, we're going to go to Data Retention Management. And from here, you're going to just go to System Identifier Purge. Now, you can purge inactive users listed in a CSV file if you need to. So if you run into problems and you're seeing that the hard purge isn't working for you, you can always just download a list and then just import just the user IDs that you are needing to get purged out of the system. But hopefully you don't have that problem. And instead, what you can just use is purge all inactive users. And what this means is this purge just gets rid of anybody that is already gone through the purge process but has not gone through the hard purge process yet. So that's what we're doing here is the hard purge. So I'm going to hit submit. And now what I can do is I will go to this view purge job status. I'll go to system identifier, and I'm just going to hit refresh. And voila, that has completed. So we are good there. So now what I want to do, just to make sure that the purge is fully completed, I'm going to go in, I'm going to go to the check tool. And there's a specific check that we need to do now. And that check is going to be under user management. And it's possible that this particular check was successful before. So we need to make sure that we select success, error, and warning. So we are for sure going to get all of the user management checks here. So what we're looking for here is this orphaned person go. So I'm going to hit check here, and I'm going to run this check. And okay, good. No issues found. So no issues are found, but if there was a problem, what you would do then at that point is you would click on this, and then you would get a little pop-up that says, hey, there's a person with a problem, and you would go through and you would get that, you would find that person, and then it would give you a chance to do something called a quick fix. And that's about all there is to purging someone. Let me know if you have any questions.